It seems there's a chicken and egg situation on egg prices. What has actually happened? Everyone seems to be confused, and we would like to provide you some economic analysis on what has happened to the egg prices. First, you need to understand the dynamics of the market and economics behind the poultry industry. Generally, poultry industry can be divided into two: the formal market and the wet market. Generally, about 60% of the market is the formal market. Those are the big players. If you go to the supermarket and buy chicken and eggs, which is packed, that probably comes from the formal market. And the second one, if you are going to a small marketplace near to your house, probably that's the wet market chicken and the poultry production. Basically, 60% is the market is approximately from the formal market. The main cost factor of the poultry industry is maize. Basically, about 60 to 80%, it can vary. The cost of chicken or egg is mainly the price of maize. So basically, the changes in the prices in maize will determine the prices of chicken and eggs in the market. If you recall, there was a time the eggs prices were about 15 rupees, 20 rupees, and it shot up for about 40, 50 rupees. The reason was we went through an economic crisis and the maize prices increased drastically. As a result, the egg prices and the chicken prices increased. You may not know that Sri Lanka at one point actually exported eggs and chicken to Maldives because our production was good and we were able to export to Maldives. But what happened afterwards? Basically, the government imposed a price control on eggs, and that basically interrupted the market, because for the formal sector, when you impose a price control, the layer chicken, basically who are producing eggs, you have a front load cost because you have to feed the chicken for a longer period of time to get eggs, and this layer chicken has to be imported. So as a result, when you have a price cap or a price control, you have invested so much on layer chicken, but then you cannot cover that cost because the government has imposed a price control. So what happened? Most of the poultry industry businessmen, they sold those layer chicken as meat. So as a result, the egg production came down, and generally, according to the sources, Sri Lanka consumes about 7 million to 8 million eggs per day, and per capita chicken consumption is about 10.8 kilograms in Sri Lanka. So basically, the egg production came down. As a result, the prices went up because the government imposed a price control. On the other hand, on the formal market, they did not have enough margin, so basically they did not expand their production. As a result, we were not able to export eggs and chicken to Maldives. So that's how the market intervention basically resulted on higher egg prices and also bringing down our exports on one sector. On the other hand, there's big issues on the maize production because Sri Lanka requires about 500,000 metric tons of maize for chicken feed and for many other purposes, but our production is about 300,000 metric tons. And the balance 200,000 metric tons that we mainly import from countries like Pakistan. And the maize importation, you require a license, and that license can only be obtained by people who have some political connection. So as a result, you have some level of cronyism there. So as a result, your maize prices are high. On the other side, Sri Lanka's maize production is quite inefficient and unproductive. Generally, the maize yield for about 1 hectare is about 2.6 metric tons, but in Sri Lanka, it's about 1.4 to 1.6. The main reason is we have a land issue. So basically, the land ownership is not with people, the farmers. So as a result, they have to encroach more and more land from the forest for maize cultivation. And as a result, the maize cost is high. When the maize cost is high, basically your chicken prices and egg prices would be high. And also eggs are a perishable commodity. So as a result, because of the election, basically most of the restaurants, the cafes and small eateries were closed because people went to their villages for voting. So as a result, the egg consumption was slightly down. And when the shops were open, there was excessive eggs in the market. So the price dropped. And as soon as the price dropped, A lot of people went and bought extra eggs. If you were buying 10 eggs, you probably bought 20 or 15. So as a result, the demand again picked up. As a result, the eggs prices again went up. So that's what happened. But remember, the genesis of the problem was mainly the price controls imposed on eggs and chicken, and this has been the practice for a long time. Even in 2015, there was a price cap on eggs and chicken. You know what happened? People started selling chicken parts instead of selling the whole chicken. At the same time, there was a price control on egg hoppers, plain tea in 2015, which continued in multiple years by multiple governments. So that was the story of eggs. It is nothing, of course, there may be some market malpractices. Some may have hidden their eggs basically to increase the prices. But overall, what happened was it was the government market intervention as a price control caused this problem, because they sold the layer chicken to meat. As a result, you have to again import layer chicken for eggs production, and on the other hand, there are a lot of market dimensions on the maize production. That's the overall context on maize, and there's differential taxes as well on VAT on some of the poultry products, but the fish is exempted from that. But that's a separate story which we will capture on another video. But if you enjoy watching these types of videos, please subscribe us, Advocata Institute. We also on YouTube in Sinhala as Advocata Plus, and also in Tamil as Advocata Kural. You can reach out to us on Instagram, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on pretty much all social media platforms. Subscribe us. We'll see you next week.
If you are interested in seeing more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Advocata on all social media platforms to never miss out on our latest content. Consider supporting Advocata by becoming an individual subscriber. Gain access to our weekday media monitoring of economic news, exclusive Advocata events, and more. To learn more, visit us at support.advocata.org.